Hamilton.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. As this has been my first time being returned to Parliament, I'd like to sincerely thank all the House staff for making the process so smooth for me and for all our new colleagues. Madam Deputy Speaker, I am delighted to say that this King's speech has filled me with hope. We have suffered over a decade of Tory neglect, mismanagement and chaos. We have endured 5 Prime Ministers, 7 Chancellors, 10 Education Secretaries, 12 Culture Secretaries and 16 Housing Ministers. Finally, we have a Labour government with a plan to put politics back into the service of working people. A plan to save the NHS, nationalise the railways, reform benefits, recruit more teachers, properly fund councils, invest in green, clean energy, clean up our rivers, provide children's breakfast in school every day, prioritise women's health, reduce the gender pay gap, create a national care service and bring transparency and accountability back to public office. Madam Deputy Speaker, it finally feels like the adults have entered the room, but I am under no illusion. The hard work is just beginning. 9 months ago, I stood in this chamber, a base on the other side, to respond to the last King's speech in despair at the levels of crime and antisocial behaviour impacting our communities in the Erdington constituency. My constituency has the highest knife crime rate in the West Midlands. People contact me almost daily about Erdington High Street. Residents have made it very clear that they are frightened to go onto the high street. I hear the same story time and time again over the high street. It has become unrecognisable. Where we used to have thriving small businesses, we have empty shops, shop fronts, drug dealing and violence. So we have our work cut out. Labour has inherited chaos in community policing. Huge issues in our criminal justice system means that not only is crime not being prevented, it also isn't being punished. This is why I welcome the new neighbourhood police guarantee. And when we speak about crime and antisocial behaviour, we must also talk about community mental health. As a district nurse and an independent lay manager, and I refer the House to my register of interests, I know our mental health services have been decimated and how badly our communities are suffering in silence when it comes to their mental health. We can't prevent crime without talking about mental health and improving community services. And I'm really glad to see provisions to modernise the Mental Health Act and an humble address to make it fit for the future. This King's speech shows our Labour's commitment to change, a commitment to higher growth, cheaper bills, and to put the NHS back on its feet, and crucially, for my constituency to create safer streets. It is vital that we crack down on antisocial behaviour and violent crime in our communities so everyone can feel safe. I'm delighted that the King's speech pledges to create new respect orders for serious violence in the next decade and take strong action to tackle violence against women and girls and knife crime. Madam Deputy Speaker, when I stood up here 9 months ago, I said we need to stop the decline and we need to start fighting for a better future. Well, that fight starts now. Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker.